Welcome to 2026, and what a start to this new year we have today with the visit of Merstham, the Moatsiders. As they stand, they are 6th in the league and the Bulls are 7th, so today a real test for both of them, coming off back losses last weekend, the Bulls losing in midweek as well. So an opportunity to see how these two sides go today and whether or not they will maintain a charge towards the playoffs. Still a long way to go, of course. There's at least 18 games left for both sides, unless, of course, they make the playoffs. And when they met back in August in 2025 on a similarly sunny day, but of course a lot warmer then than it is today, the Bulls somehow managed to snatch a draw out of the mouth of defeat. Losing 2-0 with 10 minutes left, the captain, James Kerray, popped up with a header and then converted the penalty to give the Bulls a 2-2 draw. Well, they want to go better today. They want to re-establish after the defeat in midweek by a really good Ashford side who outplayed the Bulls at times, certainly outthought them, and maybe took advantage of some tired legs. Well, they've had 4 or 5 days to dust off any tiredness, to get rid of any of that rust, and to come out today aiming to take 3 points, and also a bit of an advantage on Merstham, their rivals, you'd expect, for those playoff places. Well, Beanie makes his way off, making sure some of the mascots go and find their seats. It is gloriously sunny here today. Merstham, the Moatsiders, in blue with white on their shirts. The Bulls, of course, in their traditional home kit. Well, Merstham lost to Sittingbourne last Saturday 2-1 at home. And Sittingbourne, a side who sit 5th in the league as we go into today. Well, stepping forward is Matt Drage, the captain, to have the pictures with the officials prior to kickoff. James Kerray is there, and in charge this afternoon is Harry Wood. Well, the Bulls have made some changes from midweek. They still don't have a known out-and-out striker. There's no Lorne Bickley, there's no Ray dos Santos, although Fraser Barlow is on the bench. It looks like they're going to play potentially 3 at the back today, with Kerray, Campbell and Watling in the starting side. And we'll just see how they do line up, whether they look to play 3 with 2 wing-backs, or they look to play with a back 5, which would be an unusual step. But we shall see what Elliot Powell has masterminded since Tuesday and how the Bulls will fare this afternoon. Expect a midfield to involve Watson for sure, and Ritzema looks to be like he's going to be up front. Well, formalities are done. The referee makes his final checks. For the first time of 2026, we're underway. Well, an early ball play forward, which will be dealt with quite comfortably, although Ritzema does get a little toe in and tries to help it along. As Drage at the back now with a touch, just has a little look up, a skip up. So Giles will just let it run out here as he's chased by Robe. In fact, he has to play it. Ball just doesn't have enough pace on it. Inside there to Oram. And the ball will go out for, looks like, the first corner. Now the bullpen starting to fill up on the far side. Some brave souls today coming out into the bitter cold, maybe using some of their Christmas presents as the ball is played short. Lucky Mamati with a header, and the ball's managed to clear. Picked up again though. Trying to twist and turn his Robe, it slips. And, oh, it's gone down already. Whether he just caught as he just slipped as well. Looks to be in some discomfort there, Emmanuel Robe. Cavallio looking back to his sprightliness. Looked a little tired, like most of the Bulls players did on Tuesday after 7 games in a really action-packed December. Well, we're now into the second half, if you like, of the season, although not quite the same amount of games to go. But the business end is nearly upon us. As Campbell is across there. Trotter trying to get involved there. The referee just lets that ball run through his legs, just stepping out the way as it's played for by Ashburn, and he's going to get it back. Going to support on this left-hand side by Lawal. Lecky Mamati back as well. And Kere blocking it. It looks like Kere may have gone into a right-back position, so Watling and Campbell in the middle. Lumsden maybe playing more of a midfield role. So some serious changes being made as the Bulls just perhaps struggling with a little bit of availability over this Christmas and New Year period. But the first corner, in it comes. Second corner, in fact, first from this side. Blocked again, and not the quality that the Moatsiders would have wanted. And Lawal keeps hold of it, despite the challenge from Lecky Mamati. Inside to Lewis, who scored the goal last week. And Lewis wearing the number 10. Ritzema will be playing through the middle, playing up front again. Second game in a row. Lumsden has it in and gets it back, and then Ritzema flicks it on. Cleared. Lumsden gets there, now tries the overlap, and Lecky Mamati's won the ball, but quickly across in the middle there. Here's Hamilton Downs. The Bulls get a throw-in deep inside the Moatsiders' half, which Lumsden will look to launch. And it towards the 6-yard box, looking for the flick on there as Watson goes down. Lumsden picks it up, just takes it past Lawal. Lumsden sliding in. Well, ball falls to Lecky Mamati. Now Trotter. Lecky Mamati again. And the ball's just having to go back before Kere flicks it towards the edge of the penalty area, looking for Campbell, who stayed forward from the corner. But a chance now to break here for the Moatsiders. Taking it on is Robe. First time ball into the middle. Cleared. So Kere got back there to deal with that. Touch for Hamilton Downs, and then back to Drage. Stepping forward there is the Jadja. Kinder now linking up, picks it up again. Campbell gets the call from Roche. Now Kinder scored the first goal for Merstham at their place back in August. And Sam King getting their second, who's on the bench this afternoon. As Lawal tries his little bit of trickery. Back to Lewis. Lewis, edge of the box, cleared by Giles. Anywhere will do. And just not quite yet in this opening 5 minutes seeing any real quality from either side, just trying to settle in. Both sides know that a win today would really help them going forward. As the Jadja steps up. Quick flick to reverse ball, which will just find its way through comfortably to Pierce Roche. He's making another start today. There's a battle there. Well, between the two number 6s. Free kick given against the Jadja, who's adjudged to have fouled Ritzema, and a yellow card as well. Well, Mr. Wood making a very early decision there and deciding that that warranted a yellow card. So the Jadja is booked, and he will have to be very careful for the rest of this first half and the rest of the game. But a chance for the Bulls here with a free kick in what looks like kind of area that Lekimamati and or Giles will fancy. Now, players crowding the referee, not supposed to be doing that anymore, but captain is entitled to. Springfield fills up on a sunny Saturday. Plenty of hats keeping heads warm. Well, who will keep their heads in terms of the two sides today? Well, Lekimamati stands over this. The wall will have to retreat, far too close. Can the Bulls get 2026 off to a little bit of a flyer here with an early goal? Mr. Wood walking the wall back. Merstham just standing behind. Just perhaps trying to put off Tolfree in the Moatsiders' goal. It looks like it will be Lekimamati who will step up, and he goes for it. And he scores! Well, Francis Lekimamati took the ball from the beginning. Once the free kick was awarded, he sized it up, he lined it up, and then he finished it off. Well, the Bulls have got a dream start to this first half. Inside 8 minutes, the free kick awarded for the foul on Ritsema, and Lekimamati has put the Bulls into the lead. Jersey Bulls 1, Merstham 0. Well, Francis Lekimamati looked like he fancied that from the minute he knew it was awarded. He took his time, and Tolfree had absolutely no chance. The Bulls have the early lead. Well, how will the Moatsiders react? As they look to just calm the nerves here. Hamilton Downs now having a little look up. Ritsema won the free kick. Dejaja culprit. Picked up in the middle there by Oram, who steps across nicely, and here come the Moatsiders. Oh, claims for a foul there. Looks like it may well be Henry who goes down. Nothing doing, though. Mr. Wood waves it away. Trotter stepping inside, getting away from Lewis. Playing it up again. Oh, Kinder coming back and catching Ritsema. Just see there, Dejaja was just standing away and off because he knew he couldn't really do too much on that yellow card already. Well, the perfect start for the Bulls, but a long way to go. Well, throw-in has been asked to be retaken. Giles again to Lumsden. Into the feet of Ritsema, holds it up. Lumsden again, getting involved early on here. Now Giles, blocked though by Robe. Again, looking for Ritsema, who is a little bit close to... Well, he's pulled down, is he? Well, nothing doing. It looked like the referee pointed towards the penalty spot, but in fact points for a goal kick. But Ritsema going down. Hearts in mouths time for the Merstham supporters. Nothing doing. The Bulls have started brightly, shining as brightly as the sun this afternoon at the moment. Oh, good play though by Robe again, skillful down that right-hand side. Ball's whipped in by Kinder, looking again to find a blue head in the middle, but Roche gets there first. And a wasted ball by the Bulls as across goes the skipper, Drage, and back it goes to Tolfree. Dejaja again. Playing it across the back here. Ashburn on this near side. Decides to go route one. Campbell lets it go as... Oh, looks like Henry there just trying to get in behind. On clearance by Roche, better from him. Flick forward by Oram again, looking for the run into that corner. throw in for the Moatsiders. They'll quickly take it. Ashburn picks it up. Noel goes inside, still going, looking for the 1-2, blocked off by Lumsden, but no free kick given. Ritzimer now tries to play it through the legs for the Lumsden run, but the judge is just getting enough on it. Tolfrey clears, and then two Bulls players colliding as they both go for the header but not communicating with each other. It hits Lumsden. Watson tries to sneak in. Tolfrey will collect. Well, just a few mistakes being made already on both sides. The judge again as the Bulls looking to press hard. Carvalho. Good play though by the visitors as the judge decides to go over the top, but plays it straight through to Roche. He then picks it up. Well, another poor kick from Piers Roche. Finds the toe of a Bulls player. Lucky Matty manages to pick it up, gets upended by Lowell, gets back up off his feet. Water Downs wanting it, but not getting it. It's with Dejadja on the far side. Needs a bit of help. Has Orham inside, but back to the skipper, and then one touch to Ashburn. Noel now wants to run up against Kerry, who shows him inside, and Watling gets there. Then Lumsden. Chance maybe for the Bulls with Trotter, who gets it out first time to Carvalho. Ritson will go through the middle. Carvalho will run up against Kinder. Carvalho still going, trying to get past him. He's got the pace as well. Gets the ball into the middle. Ritzimer can't get the header. Flicked away. Trotter will pick it up. Still going. Trotter brought down, is he? Referee says no. Get up. Just waves it on. Trotter getting forward there as Ashburn just puts a touch on it back to his skipper. Moatsiders just trying to get some composure here. Hamilton Brown back to skipper Drage, who again looks for that quick ball and in and behind, looking for the run there of Rowe, but neither side really yet have found their range with their passing. Piers Roche has not had a particularly great set of clearances as the Moatsiders travelling supporters behind the Roche goal in their numbers. Really good to see. They've made the trip across the pond to cheer on their side. Flicked on. Throw in though for Merstham. And a good start for the Bulls. As you get an early lead here. As the Moatsiders just take their time. Looking to work it from the back. Ashburn got a bit of space here. Clips it forward. Henry again. Holding it up well. Raise it off to Ashburn. Again, they're keeping possession, but they're going slightly backwards. Just trying to find a pass as Orham looks on that right. So a lovely ball inside. Kinder's made a good run. Kinder now squares it. Watling with a header. Giles then inside to Trotter, and then Lumsden gets a touch which just helps it on its way to Leki Mamati via Watling. Another big up and under. It will run out for a throw-in. Should be a Bulls ball, it will be. As James Kerry will trot after it. 201st game for the skipper today. Marking 200 in the midweek defeat. Not what he would have wanted, not what Elliot Powell wanted for his captain, but nevertheless, two remarkable set of games and numbers for James Kerry, who, if there was a Hall of Fame for the Bulls, no doubt he'd be one of the first in. free kick's been given. And Watling will take it. Again, the referee just having a word. It is just a word. Doesn't look like he has gone for his pocket. And it's a word for Hamilton Down, so he's on a warning. As the ball's played short, nice little ball there to Ritzema, who's made a good run, squares it first time, looking for Lekimamati, who just can't get the touch. Chance though perhaps here for the Moatsiders to break. There with Lowell. Henry, nice touch, lays it off to Oram and off to Hamilton Downs. Far side again is Kinder, but the Bulls have got numbers behind the ball here, forcing Merstham to go back. And the ball forward should be dealt with by Watling. He gets across ahead of Lewis. Now Lekimamati busy on this right-hand side. Ball played through the middle. Ritzema being held up by Dejaja. Here comes Kinder again. Likes to get forward. Has had one run already. Ashburn. Bulls defending deep, plenty behind the ball, everybody inside their own half. Step over on the far side again by Robe. Now Ashburn. Ball for Oram, but it's given away, and a chance maybe here for Oram, who clips it inside to London. London steps over it, tries to be clever. Runs into Dejaja, who just holds his ground there. Nothing wrong with that. The referee doesn't blow for that. No reason to. Dejaja does a good job, just doesn't give way. Can't expect a free kick if you run into a player who's entitled to be there. Far side again. Robe again, dancing feet, trying to find a little bit of room. Long ball out to this near side. Ashburn keeps it in, but has Lekimamati for company, who's done enough to force it backwards, and then Dejaja gets there in the nick of time before Ritzema. Again, Drage. Outside to Kinder. The ball's just keeping that shape defensively, causing another long ball forward, and chance now. Well, Roche has made a really good save. It now falls to Lewis, who tries the return. The ball does come in the end goes over, but they come really close there, Merstham, to getting an equaliser. Really good work to be denied in the end by Piers Roche, who closes it down really quickly. Has to react, and he does so. A really good ball. Looked like a bit of a hit and hope in the first instance. Just a little drifted ball over the top of the Bulls, and it caused problems, but Piers Roche managed to deal with it with a good save. Bulls got to be careful that they don't just let those balls get played in as Trotter flicks it on. Kinder nods it back. You can see there that Merstham can be dangerous. Got some pace down that right-hand side. Kinder likes to get forward. They got Robe. Need to just not get caught, the Bulls. As Merstham just working their way back into this. 20 minutes gone here at Springfield Stadium. Still the Jersey Bulls with the lead. The Lekimamati free kick. As the ball runs out. Lekimamati there. Scored a few from free kicks during his time as a Bulls player. As Trotter battles with Oram, the referee slightly getting in the way. Lekimamati picks it up, looks for the reverse ball inside, but it's helped back. And Tolfree just puts a foot on it. Dejaja again, got space to run over the halfway line. Robe far side, looking for Henry. Kinder wants the throw, takes it quickly. The Jadger again. Kinder to Robe. Robe stopped though by Giles. He just holds his ground. Quick throw taken. Looks like it hits the back there of Robe, but he's won the ball back. Moatsiders putting the pressure on now with Oram. Goes to the right foot. Blocked by Lumsden. Falls. Edge of the box, but cleared. Lumsden tripped up. Free kick is given this time. Well, Lumsden was trying to escape and get away from Oram. Oram was going to be called back. Referee's going to want a word. And it looks like he may well be putting a second Moatsider in the book. And it is this time Billy Oram. Yellow card for him. Free kick as well, but not in a particularly dangerous position this time. Here's Roche. We'll deal with it. Chance for the Bulls to actually get out their own half as Roche plays it out to that left-hand side, looking for Lumsden, who flicks it on and in to Ritzma, who's being jumped all over by the Jadger, but then Ritzma not particularly jumping either, so that time more of a challenge. As they come away now with Lawal on this near side, will run up against Kerry. Kerry will just shuffle across, and then the ball is played in, and it faces the goal as Giles clears it, but the ball's living dangerous here as the Moatsiders press as they go in search of this equaliser, and they're not that far away, you feel. Just starting to string some passes together, playing the ball into feet rather than necessarily looking for the ball over the top, and it's starting to nearly pay dividends here. Certainly causing problems for the Bulls. Carey will take the throw on this near side. Down the line, looking for the flick on there by Ritzema. Watson back. Ritzema's sandwich there between Ashburn and Hamilton Downs. Free kick given. Ritzema playing just over a half on Tuesday before he was replaced by Fraser Barlow in the second half. That might be the plan again today. As Carey launches it towards the edge of the box, ball flicks around, Cavallio nearly nicks in, Kinder is there and just will shepherd that out as he does. Well, that seemed to evade everybody in the end. As Merstham bring it forward again. Drage goes long. Carey calls to the offside. Lawal carries on playing. Lawal whips it in, but it's straight to the arms. Comfortable catch. Not the best delivery there. Needed to get a little bit more on that. It was too close to Pierce Roche, but the offside wasn't given. And Lawal causing a few problems down this left-hand side as Neki Amati tries to get the ball in for Ritzema. The Jadger again. Kinder. Solid ball there into Robe. He manages to deal with it. Hamilton Downs. Now Drage again on this near side is Lawal with a bit of space to run into. Lucky Mamati comes back. Checked inside to Oram. Again, being forced backwards here, the Moatsiders, as the Bulls just push forward. Again, Lawal is the option on this left-hand side. Lucky Mamati comes across, tries to go inside, does, plays the ball in, comes off maybe Lucky Mamati, but it takes all the pace out of it. Piers Roche can roll it out. And look for the ball down the left-hand side, looking for Cavallio and or Ritzema. Ball comes back and has a bit of a foot chase on here. Campbell's got to be careful, gets back, shot comes in. Well, it's ballooned over. No touch there from Campbell. Looks like it may well be Henry He does take the shot, but he places it high and wide. And just a sniff there. There's the ball again. It's the second one that's been played in and over that's just had the right pace on it. It's dropped nicely for the run. This time, Roche not required. Ritzema jumping. Hamilton Downs is there. Cavalier flicks it in. Trotter flicks it forward. And again, Dejaja and Ritzema just going not toe-to-toe, more shirt to shirt. As the referee gave a free kick and play on. Kerry with the header. Noki Mamati inside to Lumsden, has made a nice run. And he decides to have a go from distance. Lumsden, Tolfie's backpedaling. Well, in the end, it's inches over the crossbar, but a really good effort from Lumsden, who saw Tolfie had come off his line, had a quick look up, played it, and just as Tolfie was backpedaling, he did enough to make sure that the ball wasn't falling on his side of the goal, and the ball hits the top of the net on the other side. Well, Lumsden trying a little bit of trickery. Doesn't catch Tolfie this time as the Moatsiders look to go the other end quickly straight away. Great tackle there by Watson, and again slides in, doesn't get there the second time. Now Lawal, Lekimamati gets a touch. Oh, Lumsden has been a bright spark for the Bulls so far, as has Robe and Lawal for the Moatsiders. And Lumsden very nearly doubling the lead. Tolfie for a minute must have thought he might have just been caught. Oh, good play by Robe again, goes past Cavalier, in it comes. Well, it somehow doesn't fall on a head or on a boot of a blue shirt. And it's the Bulls who clear it. Definitely the Moatsiders are starting to get more comfortable in this game, playing it around nicely. Don't look particularly rattled, just going about their business here. Another ball for a while in this last 20-odd minutes since the goal. We're going to spread it across with Robe on the far right. Here comes Dejaja. Robe is there, Kinder is ahead of him. Kinder gets the ball now, plays a lovely 1-2 with Robe. Robe, can he square it? He drags back, holds it up. Ball does come in this time. Campbell with a header, the Bulls having to defend here. Then Watson, then Lekimamati, and then Ritzema getting back to help out. Well, you feel that the pressure from Merstham is coming. It's certainly been a lot more in the Bulls' half in these last few minutes. They build up a bit of a head of steam here. Just trying to find the pass, trying to find the ball through. Cleared again. Drage has time to go back to Tolfie. And they're looking very easy with the ball at their feet as they come forward again. Another ball over the top, looking for the run here, but again, just a bit too much on it. Roche picks it up and rolls it again. Henry comes to close down. Push in the back, was there, by Kinder on Cavalier? Nothing doing, just does enough to make sure he wins the ball. Henry getting caught there by Campbell, but free kick has been given. A bit of a push in the back there. And Orm looks like he wants to get on with it, but then just decides to take his time. Plays it back. Some tracking to Dejaja as the Bulls continue with this press. Drage again, lovely ball switched across here, far side, but cut out by Kerry. Looking again for Lawal. Now Lekimamati tries to play it round and through Ashburn. Merstham have it back. Hamilton Downs, and then Oram back to Ashburn. And definitely their confidence is growing for the visitors. We've had a lot of possession. Hamilton Downs again. Ashburn. Slowly, slowly. Rowe just getting forced back there by Giles. The Jadja. Now Kinder. Looking for the run there of Henry. Henry's kept it in. Campbell across. Henry looking for a little bit of an angle. Does get the ball in, but behind everybody. Noel manages to keep hold of it though. Looks for the cross. Is being covered there by two Bulls defenders, Kere and Lekimamati. Noel goes down, claims free kick, nothing doing. Ball's clear, but easy for Matt Drage. And again, they have the ball back. Noel now. Can he get the ball in this time? Back to Hamilton Downs. Solid header by Watling, only as far as Ashburn. Back it comes. Hamilton Downs again to Oram. Well, the final ball there, the 1-2 doesn't quite come off. Bulls will get the throw in. You can just see there's a bit of slickness to the Moatsiders. Crisp pass, certainly keeping possession well. As Ritzma tries to lay it off a Trotter, but Ashburn has it. Noel again will be the outpost who gets the ball. Noel tries to go past Lekimamati. He does, but he can't get past Kere. And it will be a throw in a good position here for Merstham. Whether they have anyone with a long throw, we'll find out now. As Hamilton Downs will come to take it. All the while just in that hands on knees position, probably getting a bit of deep breathing in because he's been doing a fair bit of running. Just taking a breath as Hamilton Downs looks to launch one. Here it comes. Towards the near post, flicked on. Ball's just about do enough as Watson plays it up to Trotter. Trotter brought down, is he, by the sliding challenge? No. And it's also a Merstham throw. Fair tackle there. Kinder wants to get on with it. Into Rowe. Rowe now trying to thread it through. Can't get there. Broken up. Now Ritzema. He's got a load of blue shirts around him, but he needs some red ones to support. Here comes Lekimamati. Lekimamati now will continue the run. Great challenge there. Coming in by Ashburn, who plays the ball. Just catching Lekimamati on the follow through, but really good play by Luke Ashburn there. He saw the danger. Lekimamati had got ahead of him. Just got a little touch on it. Might have been a different story, but Ashburn alert. It will be Lumsden. Getting forward as Campbell and Watling. Near post is where Campbell is flicked on. And behind. Corner for the Bulls. Looks like it may well have just come off the blue head. There's Campbell trying to help it on. Telfrey can't keep it in. Jay Giles will go forward. Chance now to deliver this in towards the box, and it's flicked on. Far post is Campbell, but it goes out for a goal kick. It looks like it may well have been Ritzema there near post, and Watling getting forward, but Bulls can't turn it towards goal. As we come into the last 10 minutes of this first half, which has flown by. Ashburn again on this near side. Out to Kinder. To Jadja. Drage goes again for the ball for a while, but it's cut out by Kerry and finds Lekimamati, who has a bit of space. Trotter, is he brought down? Yes, he is. Free kick given. Lewis taking Trotter off his feet. Bulls restart. Out to Giles. Cuts inside. to Lumsden. Now Giles carries the run on. Lumsden has played it to Giles. Giles overruns it, but he's just got it through to Lecky Mamati. Can Lecky Mamati do something here? He crosses it. Well, you question whether he could have taken the shot there. He had the angle. It was pretty tight, but Lecky Mamati had space. And if he'd have pulled the trigger there, at least to try and force a save out of Tolfree, in the end, he unselfishly looks to just clip it to the far post. But maybe, just maybe, he should have gone on his own. Oh, another little scare there for the Moatsiders, but, well, mistake nearly there by Dijaja, just overrunning it. As Giles gets caught by Rowe, goes down, play on. And here comes Oram through the middle. Just a touch there by Lumsden does enough. Cavallio helping out. And again, Dijaja. You feel that the Bulls have got a bit of a plan today. It seems to have now become pretty clear. Defence, 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 and then just a little bit of counter here, trying to break. But it is very much based on trying to keep the ball away from the Moatsiders. And just trying to make a bit of hay when the sun shines and they can get forward. Up to now, it seems to be working as Giles clips it forward. But the Moatsiders look dangerous when they get forward as well, with Lawal on the left and Robe on the right. And they also look like they're just cruising a little bit here with plenty of extra gears maybe to go through. Just finding the Bulls tough to break down. Again, that right-hand flank is where they go to, as Ritzimer is on his own though. Just holds it up. Watson now out to well, in fact, it's Kerry who's got forward. Just arriving there, trying to get past Lewis, who's back. Kerry will have to get back as Lawal tries to take on Watling, who does really well again, just times his intervention. And helps out his skipper, who got back and then plays it forward. And again, looking for Lecky Mamati to take on Ashburn, and Ashburn is up to the challenge. And there's a battle already. It's Robe against Giles for the Moatsiders on that far side, and then on the opposite flank, it's Lecky Mamati against Ashburn. Once again, Lumsden will come forward, who's operating in that midfield role today. Chance for him again to get another ball in from this throw. Looking for the near post, comes back. Lumsden then just steps away and Lawal doesn't fall for it. Ball's throw again. In it comes, flicked on. Looks like a blue head on it. Shot comes in from distance, hits a number of players in the way, but Cavalier picks it up far side, left-hand side of the box, just trying to find a little bit of space, trying to find a pass, gets the ball back to Watson, who, well, gives it away. Hamilton Brown, looks like, and can bring it away here with Kinder. Plays it forward, looking for Henry. Nice cushion header by Oram, then Robe. Hamilton Downs again. Ashburn, and nice play here by Merstham. Again, just looking for that ball. Going to find that ball that goes either through or over the Bulls' defence as Dijaja gets forward again. Now Robe. Cavallio just beaten on the outside, but Giles covering. Throw in for Merstham, flicked away. Then Lumsden just gets a header on it, but Oram with a toe. Nice ball inside, quickly whipped out to Lawal, good play there. Kerry does enough, Lecky Mamati helps him out. Lecky Mamati chests it, tries to get the ball going forward. In the end goes back to Watling, who, well, gives it away now. Oh, quickly seeing the danger is Watson. Just sees the ball coming in as Hamilton Downs is there. Maybe a chance for the Bulls to break here. They don't have a lot of numbers forward. They do have Lumsden. They have Cavallio outside him. Lumsden will continue the run. He gets the ball back from Cavallio. Across comes Drage. Lumsden holds it up. Back in plenty of numbers here are the Moatsiders. Inside to Cavallio. Here comes Giles. Flicked on by Ritzimer, but nobody there except Oram. And then given away. Watson steps in. Now to Giles, who stayed for Cavallio, to Watson. Can he keep it in? Far side, he can, just trying to find his way through. Goes down. Nothing doing. Yeah, Watson trying to get his way down that left-hand flank, but the resilience of the Moatsiders in defence, again, sees them put that forward run of Watson to bed. Now Ashburn again. Looks for the long ball. Giles is back in position. Cavallio brings it down. And he's trying to play out to this right-hand side. Nekimati won't get there ahead of Ashburn. As we're into the last few minutes of this first half. And the Moatsiders get back on an equal footing before the break. Kinder on that right-hand side. Cavallio is back. Oram. A nice little back here by Lumsden, then Ritzimer. Then Ritzimer tries to play it through, but it's Kinder who gets the ball to feet. Nice play here again. Hamilton Downs. Now switching it far side, looking for the runner. Lawal, who does get there, but he can't keep it in. Nice ball, nice quick ball as well. Asking maybe just a little bit too much of Ollie Lawal. There shouldn't be too much time added on in this first half, maybe a minute or two, you'd think. Not been too much in terms of stoppages. A couple of yellow cards dished out, a couple of talkings too, but not seen any treatment. As again, Lumsden is jumping with Oram, and then Ritzimer. Watson to Trotter, out towards Cavallio, but wayward. It will be Kinder. Again, ball's just stepping off a little bit here, but allowing Merstham to play it across the back. Ashburn now tries that ball again up through the middle, but Watling gets there, and then Lekimamati, and then Ritzimer flicks it inside, but again there's nobody there. But then a coming together between Trotter and Dejaja. Free kick is given. That's all. Ashburn again, searching ball out, which should be met by Roche, and is. Does really well. Here's Roche coming off his line there. Kept his eye on it and gathered it. Trotter's been dispossessed and he's been beaten, but good play by Watson, who saw the danger. Now Lekimamati, a chance maybe for the balls to break here. Cavallio has space. Cavallio will take it on towards the edge of the box. Cavallio still going, takes the shot from distance. Tolfi with the save. Has it gone in? No, it's just going towards the goal line and it's hooked clear. It looks like it is the skipper, Matt Drage. Tolfi makes a good save, doesn't quite manage to get it away from goal. It looked like it would have had just enough on it, but Tolfi denies Cavallio and Drage makes sure. It's going to be a corner though for the Bulls as we're into added time in this first half. Jay Giles will come across, probably the last action maybe. Giles, arms aloft. In it comes. Headed in. Well, there's no challenge on Lumsden. It's as easy as you like. Jack Lumsden, the ball is put by Jay Giles absolutely on the money. He couldn't have placed it on his head any better if he'd have tried. There is no challenge. The keeper doesn't come. And Lumsden has the simplest of tasks to just put a slight header on it. And the Bulls have got the second goal. They've got a 2-goal lead now. And against perhaps the run of the play in this first half after the goal from the free kick where Merstham have had control, the Bulls have now got the lead. It's Jersey Bulls 2, it's Merstham 0. Well, Lumsden does really well. There is no real challenge, though, that comes in on that one. And it's really strange to see why there wasn't. Well, that'll be for Jamie de Cruz in his half-time team talk, which is now going to happen as the referee, Mr. Wood, blows the whistle for an end of a good first half. A first half that, bar the 2 goals, there's not been too much coming from the Bulls. They've been solid in defence. There's been pressure coming through Lawal and Robe on the left and right-hand flanks, and the possession has been controlled well by the visitors, Merstham. But it's the Bulls who do have 2 goals to the good. They will go off the happier of the 2 sides as they leave the pitch. We'll see you in 15 minutes. The second half is nearly on us, and just a couple of changes to bring you from the first half. In fact, it wasn't Corey Henry up front for the Moatsiders, it was Abdullahi Abdulaziz, as a change was made just before kickoff. So in your picture there is Abdulaziz, wears 19. And as per Tuesday, there is a change for the Bulls. It's Toby Ritzema to be replaced by Fraser Barlow. Well, not unexpected there. Shift in personnel. Barlow, more of a natural centre forward, left-sided player. Chance for him to have a 45-minute run out, and a chance for the Bulls perhaps to build on their lead. Well, it was, of course, 2-0 to Merstham at their place back in 2025, and it ended 2-2. So, a lot to play for, and the Moatsiders so far have had potentially more of the possession. Certainly looked that way in the first half, just not yet creating too much going forward, albeit they've looked dangerous when they've had the ball. For the Bulls, they've taken a couple of chances, one from a free kick and one from a pinpoint corner delivery right onto the head of Jack Lumsden, who just had to put his head on it and steer it into the net. Well, 45 minutes to play for. There is no game for Sittingbourne today, so chance for the winner of this game to be 6th in the table, and a switch round of 6 and 7, as we see on the numbers board over there, being held up by Carl Benet. The Bulls kitman just waiting for the officials to get into position, and then Fraser Barlow will be allowed to enter the fray. Now, the Bulls have stuck to a rigid defensive plan in the first half. Lumsden has been arguably the best player, the most creative for the Bulls in the first 45 minutes, and capping it off with a goal. So much to play for still in this second half. It will be the Bulls to kick off. It will be Adam Trotter who will do the honours. And for the second time today, we're underway. Well, a little bit of a false start as Abdulaziz makes a run forward, and the referee calls for a restart. So false start, and again the same happens, but the referee this time allows it to carry on as Watling plays it forward, looking for there Giles, who gets well forward. Campbell then heads it back into the middle. Trotter with a touch. Handball is the claim, nothing given. Play on. Kere looking for Barlow, who just tries to drop inside the challenger Drage. Nothing though for him to get onto this time. As the Moatsiders play it long, but it's cut out. They get it back straight away with Ashburn. Again, ball on this side to Kinder, tries to play it out to Robe, slicing it. And it will be a Bulls throw-in. We're anxious to see the link up between Robe and Kinder down this right-hand side, right in front of us. The second half as Cavallio as well. Chance to run at Kinder. And it will be Charles with the throw down the line. The judge are climbing all over Barlow there. I don't know what presents Fraser Barlow got for Christmas, but one of them probably wasn't a climbing frame, although he was perhaps being used as one there, and then a wayward pass that Joe Giles can't get onto. A little bit scrappy start by the Bulls so far in this second half, as a few fans making their way back to their seats. The visitors' supporters have switched ends and gone behind Pierce Roche's goal in the second half, as the Bulls try and get it forward with Cavallio, but dealt with. And back to Tolfrey. Not a lot to do. Rob Tolfrey in the Merstham goal in the first half, apart from pick the ball out the net a couple of times. There's Campbell with the header. Lumsden brings it down, nice play, just poking it forward. Barlow won't get there. Very much a lone figure up front, Barlow. Drage now looking for ball on the far side to Lawal. Cuts inside, gets past one. Back comes Trotter, who does really well to help out both Lecky and Mathieu and Kerry. And then again, comfortably back with Tolfree, who's come a long way out of his goal. Plays it towards Lawal. A little bit more urgency from the goalkeeper. Hamilton Downs. Cleared by Trotter, up to Barlow, chests it down. Just lays it off to Lumsden. Caught on the heel, but Lumsden has won it back, and again gets through one challenge, gets through a second. Free kick given. And free kick given against Lumsden. Quick ball through from Hamilton Downs. Watling makes a mistake, but then recovers quickly. Does really well there under pressure. And Giles up towards Barlow, gets a little bit of a nudge from Dejaja. But fair. It'll flick on again, but not working quite, as Giles has a bit of a run forward. Lovely ball now for Carvalho. Can he get there? Well, Barlow had the right idea. Just played it first time, trying to create a bit of an opening. Just a little bit too much on it. Dejaja again. It's comfortable across the back, as it was in the first half. There's no real pressure coming from the Bulls, as they just look to soak it up when it comes their end. There is Kerry with a header. Trotter trying to bring it forward, nicks it off Oram, but it will be a Merstham throw right in front of the Bulls bench on the far side, in front of the dugouts. Ashburn again. Bouncing around. It is just a little bit scrappy from both sides in this opening few minutes of this second half, as the Bulls bench look on. Equally, the Merstham sides and all the subs and the management team looking whether they can change a little bit of their fortunes early in this second half, as Giles comes forward, gets caught from behind, still going, and then De Carvalho carries on. Referee gives a free kick this time though. Giles has carried on the run. Looks like it's Robe that goes down. The two number 14s this afternoon, Giles and Robe, have had a decent battle already. As Kinder takes it. Hamilton Downs. Ball out to Lawal, who tries to run, but this time Kerry is firmly in his way. Lumsden coming across. Ashburn plays it forward. Should be for Roche. It is. He's decided to don the cap in the second half as the sun drops lower and lower. Good headed by Kinder. And again, ball over the top. Here comes Roche early. Doesn't get there. Campbell just about does what he needs to do and then gets pulled down. Now, Roche has come a couple of times, and maybe there just was a miscommunication or no communication there. Campbell's been caught. And it nearly allowed Abdelaziz there to get in. Campbell just getting a knock on that right foot. Roche does not want to gift an easy goal, as we saw against Ashford, when a back pass didn't quite reach him and he was left stranded this time. Nearly ending the same way, but Campbell to the rescue. Long ball forward. Touched back by Drage. And again, there's time for the Moatsiders just to pass it around. Long ball again. Lawal out there, picks it out the sky, brings it down well. Throw-in goes to Merstham. Kerry puts it down. This is back with the Jaja. Now Kinder. And we're seeing a little bit of a repeat of the first half. Robe again, brings it down well. Kinder tries the reverse pass, but he hits it into Carvalho, and then Carvalho tries to sneak it away. Does well. Giles then to Lumsden. Lumsden trying to keep hold of the ball. Nice little drop of the shoulder there. Quick ball again from Barlow, looking for Carvalho. Doesn't quite reach him. Intercepted well by Hamilton Downs. We're seeing a lot of what we saw in the first half, with Merstham soaking it up and playing this long ball, as they do again, out to the left or the right. This time it's got no length on it. It's easy for Carvalho. Carvalho has a look around because there aren't many red shirts looking to get forward. More a case of making sure they hold defensively. Hamilton Downs again. Watson comes across. Lecky Mamati gets the challenge in. Hamilton Downs picks it up again. It's Ashburn. Does well down that far side. Just goes past Trotter, who puts it out for the throw-in. Ball into the box, and the run is on there by Lewis. Ball's doing well. Watling getting a touch in, and then Lecky Mamati, but the ball does come in, flicked on, and in the end, looks like it may well have come off Abdulaziz. There's no real power in it. Catches him more than he catches the ball. And Roche gives one for Barlow to chase, who tries to get round Dejaja, but he skillfully just closes him off. Kinder wins it off Lumsden. Quick switch to that far right-hand side. Kerry there gets a little bit of a nudge from Lawal, but does enough to hold him up. And then, it's good skill from Lawal, who's trying to get away from Kerry, who has to concede the corner. As Merstham have a chance now early in this second half with their first corner. Put a bit of pressure on the Bulls' goal. It was good work from Lawal. Remained tenacious there. Didn't give up on it, despite the coverage. Will be corner coming in, near post. Headed away, might well have been Campbell in the end who gets the header on it. Ball's whipped back. And then it's left. And then, well, somehow it's cleared, is it? Just about. Shot comes in, sliced. Well, it's back and forth, back and forth. Somebody needs to get onto it. It's bouncing around. Campbell's there. The ball's defending, somehow keeping it out. It's around, it's up, it's down, it's over. Well, what a scramble that was in the Bulls' penalty area. It looked for all the money in the world that it might well have been Hamilton Downs there who was going to get the ball in. Somehow, the Bulls, through a combination of luck more than judgment and some perhaps skill from some of the headers, but mostly just luck, they managed to avoid conceding. How is anyone's guess? But it is the Bulls who have the goal kick. Well, frantic, frenetic, but not leading to a goal. Bulls this time trying to get forward. Dispossessed. Trotter battling. Robe is there. Sliding in is Trotter. Robe wants a free kick. Play on. I'd be interested to see that all back again as to how that ball stayed out for the Bulls. Cleared off the line at least a couple of times. As they come again here, the Moatsiders a little bit short, but Hamilton Downs clips it forward. The flag has gone up finally. It's claimed by a couple of the Bulls defenders, like Kerry claiming it, but in the end, the assistant near side does raise the flag. As let's call them the Moatsiders, massive, because they've got a huge crowd behind Roche's goal and in the ground this afternoon. Really good to see. Hope that they're enjoying certainly their trip to the island, if not at the moment the scoreline. Well, Barlow has been bundled down. We waited for that. It's come finally. 12 minutes into the second half. But again, the referee says play on. Played inside again. Hamilton down. Seen a lot of the ball in the second half as well. Claiming the offside, but Abdulaziz plays on. The flag does go up. Ball's just holding that line well and stepping up at the right time. There's going to be another change by the looks of it. James Carr. I was just checking, in fact. Firstly, it's going to be Ashburn off, and it looks like it's Ollie Allen on. Second change is off goes Oram. We know the late change came for the Bulls, and that will be Greenwood. So Charlie Greenwood is on. And looks like for the Bulls, we're going to see a change as well. Looks like Leki Mamati is going to be replaced. And it looks like it's going to be Will Yates. Just wait for that to happen as the Bulls play on. And the first touch there for the sub, Ollie Allen. As Trotter battles Cavalier again, Allen involved as well. Well, it's gone a little bit off the boil, perhaps, just as both sides just trying to find a way to get a foot on the ball, control the game. As Merstham looking to get back into this game. They've got a good half an hour to play here. And we know it only took about 8 minutes for the Bulls to rescue a point at Merstham. For now, the Bulls are defending. Leki Mamati looks to be going off potentially. Still got work to do. Flicks it inside. Watson then gets it away from Lewis, and then back it comes and cleared up to Barlow. Barlow does really well. Stays strong now. Clips it across and over. Can Cavalier get there? He can. This time the ball is to Cavalier's feet. Cavalier, wow, blocked by Kinder. Does really well getting back. Had to make the challenge. Ollie Kinder does well. Gets back in time. Corner for the Bulls. First of the second half for them. And the Bulls maybe can make their change now. And it will be Giles who'll come forward, and just waiting to see if that change will be made. Cavalier goes short. Giles waves him away. All played in. Looking for Campbell. Flicked away though by Hamilton Downs. Maybe a bit of a quick break. No. A bit of an injury. Looks like it may well be Campbell who got caught in the challenge. And on comes Steve Martin. And Campbell just caught there. Will we see the change? We will. So Leki Mamati is off. And Will Yates is on. Now, scored last week in the 5-0 win. Can he add to his tally of goals for the Bulls at senior level? There's a packed stand at Springfield this afternoon, enjoying so far the Bulls' performance, maybe if not the style of it, certainly the way they've stuck to the plan, the task that was set, no doubt, by them, by Elliot Powell and the management team. And a huge amount of credit goes to all those Merstham supporters who've made the trip over as well. Always adds great atmosphere at Springfield, which is a well-supported home ground. Oh, good skills there, but nicked off Rowe, who then tries to get it back, and then Giles does step in. Cavalier trying to get it behind to Jadja again. He's not had much luck so far. Tolfi just plays it short, or a little bit heavy. Nothing doing there. There is Kinder is back. And now Greenwood into action. Looks like he's going to sit in that midfield role, so directs to where he's replaced Oram. Good short pass there now. Can Merstham conjure up? Long ball again. Kinder has stolen forward. Has Robe behind him. Cavalier is backtracking. Oh, does really well, Robe. Goes past and just gets through. Robe now, can he square it? He can. The ball's headed back and across. It's blocked. His shot comes in. It's hit. Somehow, it's Campbell by the looks of it. He manages to get his body in the way. There's claims of a handball. Nothing's given. And then Watson is there. It's hooked away by Trotter. Well, they're getting closer and closer here, the Moatsiders, to breaching this defence of the Bulls, as somehow the ball is staying out. Robe again. Takes on Cavalier, still going. Robe tries to play it inside. It's fallen through. It's got to Kinder. Kinder plays it one time. Greenwood trying to find a yard. Shot comes in, blocked. This time by Lumsden. Hamilton Downs out to Lawal. Lawal now trying to twist and turn. He puts Kerry on the floor on his backside. Shot comes in. And again, it doesn't in the end trouble Piers Roche. Or does it? Does it take a deflection? It's a corner. Well, somehow the Bulls are keeping this ball out their net. Campbell is again in the wars, putting his body on the line in more ways than one, blocking shots, making headers, getting caught at the other end at corners. Bulls have to defend again here. In it comes. Punched by Roche, does well in a crowd of players. Free kicks given though. Looks like a foul on Piers Roche. Well, everyone take a breath. We're going to 25 minutes left of this second half, and somehow, despite the real push and the pressure of the Merstham players, it's still 2-0 to the Bulls, as Yates is putting a bit of pressure on Hamilton Downs, who does well. Header there by Kerry. Allen does well, sliding in there is Kerry, who retreats quickly. And they quickly get on with it here. Merstham, who come forward again. Dejaja. Now Greenwood. Greenwood trying to direct play here. 2 or 3 red shirts around him, as Bulls have tried to do every time the ball has been played forward. Now Trotter chests it forward. No handball. Now outside, well, there's space here for Lumsden. In the middle is Barlow. Lumsden's going a little bit wide. First time ball into Barlow. Gets caught, does he? Well, doesn't quite get through. Looks like it's maybe Greenwood getting back there as Cavalier was arriving. Barlow goes down, and the Bulls again looking to try and find a way through on the counter. Again, it's Allen. It's in fact him who looked like he got back and made the challenge. Ball played short to Lawal. 3 red shirts around him. Kerry gets the touch. Trotter now turns inside, does well, gets away, tries to play the ball through again, looking for Cavalier. Can't get past Kinder though. Kinder's been exceptional down that right-hand side. He's starting to rove a little bit now, as well as he did back at Merstham, where he gets to just ghost around the pitch at times. Challenge goes in, 2 challenges going in. First one by Watson, second one by Trotter. Free kick is given. Ball is quickly played forward. Giles, though, keeps an eye on it. Cavalier battling hard. Plays it back again. Trotter and then Giles. Well, again, not the best ball forward for Fraser Barlow. It will be a Merstham throw. And again, rinse and repeat is the order of the day, as they continue to just knock it around and again look for that ball through. Taking their time, as they have. Long ball now forward again. Kerry is there with Watling. Hamilton Downs plays it inside to Greenwood. He's looked very assured since he came on. Jaja now just skips inside, goes away from Carvalho, but doesn't have an obvious option, and then Greenwood is there. Out far side again, ball played in. Well, this time the shot does come in, and a great save by Piers Roche. It didn't look like much initially, but he was at full stretch as that ball was looking like it was creeping in on the far right-hand side. And he does really well, Piers Roche, to get both hands onto it and to make sure it doesn't creep in. And you just feel that the more this continues, the more likely it is that Merstham will get one back, if not a second. They're allowed to play, although it does look like it is still part of what the Bulls set up to do, which is just to soak up pressure. Although that is a risky game in itself as the ball's played through again. Nice work this time. Lowell goes down, but good challenge, and then Watson is brought down. The referee allows it all to continue, and the ball goes back all the way to Drage. Now, good numbers in the ground around the whole of Springfield today. Just a few not allowed in that far corner, hence it's empty. And now Allen plays it forward again. Good header by Watling. Now Lumsden, is there a counter here for the Bulls? Here's Trotter. Carvalho now hasn't had much change from Kinder. Plays it forward to Lumsden, who gets caught. Well, good defensive work by Jaja there again. Lumsden getting a push from Kinder, who wants to get on with it. You can't blame him. Jaja knew what he was doing there. And again, it's with Drage, and then ball up towards Allen, who, well, slices it, slips perhaps in the process. It will be a Bull's throw. No further changes looking likely at this stage. Both sets of benches firmly seated. Bulls have 3 options left. Merstham also. And the ball goes up, Giles finding himself in the middle of the park as Yates tries to get in behind Drage and gives away the free kick. A diminutive figure of Will Yates there, just taking on the bigger man. Matt Drage, who goes down but gets back up again. Mr. Jaja plays it down the line. Kinder steps inside. Good play there by Abdulaziz. Now Robe, who just checks, wants to take it on, wants to get past 2, but he does get past 2. Still going, squares it. Shot, well, thought it was going to fall for Kinder to take the shot now. They're trying to walk it in the net here a little bit with Lewis. Maybe the shot could have been taken. Robe's done well. Watson just gets in the way. No free kick. Now Robe looks disappointed. I think Watson did just catch him there, but referees let some go today. And this time, that one has been allowed to slide. A little under 20 minutes to go here at Springfield Stadium. It's still Jersey Bulls 2, Merstham 0. The Bulls finding themselves doing a lot more defensive work than they are spending time in the Merstham half. And still they look for that first goal. Here comes Abdulaziz. He's going to try and take it on into the box. He goes. Should get closed down by Campbell. He does. Giles keeps it in as well and then clips it down the line to avoid giving away the corner, but Kinder picks it up, steps inside. Carvalho shoulder to shoulder with him. Ball played out onto that far side again. Hamilton Downs just operating in that kind of left back position now. Allen back again, far side. Back inside to Jaja. Through the middle, quick touch by Kinder, and a lovely bit of ball play. Greenwood following up. Good challenge coming in. Greenwood goes down. Nothing doing. Watson solid as he makes sure that ball doesn't get any further. Ball does come back again though. Lumsden gets a touch. Lumsden now maybe a bit of a chance to break here. Just pulled down right in front of the referee. Probably, well, he's given yellow cards for probably less harsh challenges than that. Lewis right in front of the referee just pulls Lumsden down. Nothing doing this time by the looks of it. Well, of course, as Merstham do look to go forward, the Moatsiders trying to get that first one on the score sheet. They are just leaving themselves open a little bit, you feel. And that time, it was Lewis who commits the foul. Long ball forward, looking for Campbell coming in around the back, but he can't do much more than just get a bit of a shin on that. And a goal kick follows. Well, there is another change, and it is going to be Finlay Johnson coming on, off going Olu Lawal. And another change as well. Looks like they're going to make all of their changes. So the skipper is going off. On comes Pointing. And it looks like Abdul Aziz is going off, which must mean the only one left is going to be Sam King, who scored, of course, one of the 2 goals back in August. So a complete clear out of the bench by Merstham. All subs are on. Pointing, Johnson, King, Greenwood and Allen. Now, will that change the fortunes? About a quarter of an hour, a little bit longer with added time. And can the Moatsiders find a way? As it's Allen. Hamilton Downs still moved over to that left-hand side. Looks like he'll stay there for the rest of this second half. Kajaja. And to check. First touch there for Pointing. Allen again. Going to play it out to that far side, but cut out. Lumsden picks it up again, just holds it up. Looking for Barlow. And Yates quickly closing down. Allen. Well, will we see more goals this afternoon? Just feel there may be one more coming. Which end will it be? Trotter does well, but Kajaja does even better as he skips away from the challenge, still going forward. Lots of impetus now coming from the back. Good play again there. Allen doing well. Hamilton Downs as well. Good ball forward. This time for King, who tries to get away from Trotter but can't. Ball does come forward again. Giles should deal with it. Lets it bounce and then hooks it clear. Picked up in the middle again by Allen. Long ball forward should be dealt with by Kere as King tries to close. Barlow slipping, just gets a bit of a touch there from Pointing, but not enough to cause him to go down. He just lost his footing there. Campbell with another header. Cavallio trying to go through the door that is Kinder, who wins the throw, and he's been really good. The number 2, Ollie Kinder. As Kajaja is all over Barlow this time. Another bundle for the Bulls, number 7. He gets bundled down, he gets the ball as a present. And Kajaja, of course, already on a yellow. Referee's not going to give him another card for that. As the drone getting good aerial footage. Always useful for those close decisions, which of course can only be watched in hindsight. But nevertheless, can often prove people right or wrong. As the Bulls play it forward again. Yates gets there, but it will be a goal kick. As Greenwood plays it into him. Again, short. Across the back, Kinder. Long ball clipped down that line, looking for Hamilton Downs. Kere gets across, ball's played in. Does it come off Kere? No. It will be a goal kick to the... Well, for those Bulls fans, would have been some questions about how could the Bulls respond after the defeat by a really good Ashford side. Let's not take anything away from that performance. They were exceptionally good on Tuesday night, and how the Bulls would respond was the question that was lingering. Well, so far, they've responded well. Merstham are also a good outfit. As the battle continues in the middle of the park with the ball now with Watson. To Giles. Nice ball to Cavalier. Will go up against Kinder. Hasn't had to get past him so far. He's just tried this time. Gets it in and, well, coverage again at the back. Looks like it's point. Kinder quickly back into the action, but Trotter helping out, and then Giles, and all of a sudden the Bulls are playing a bit of football. Cavalier skips away from Kinder. Reverse pass, looking for Barlow, but well cut by Pointing again. The Bulls haven't played too much football in terms of trying to get forward to get maybe a third. They've looked to counter only. But maybe just some of these changes, the gamble perhaps by Jamie de Cruz, trying to get his players to get forward to find a goal, to get at least one back and then maybe go on for the equaliser. It's just leaving a few holes that weren't there before. Watling pressured by King. To Greenwood. Well, battle again in the middle, but the Bulls winning a few more of these now. Here comes Trotter, space ahead of him, trying to get back his King. Trotter will run it up to the right-hand side, needs help, gets Watling behind him. It gives the ball away, a bit wasted there. With it. Rowe. Blocked again by Cavalier. Giles gets a nudge, does he? Well, he does. Nothing given. And Kinder just getting the better of Giles there. Into the last 10 minutes, plus any time that Mr. Wood will add. Kinder again. Wants some movement, gets it finally. Nice little bit of play there, back to Robe. Switch it inside. Lewis. Red shirts around. Kinder. Blocked this time by Cavalier, who's starting to win that battle all of a sudden. Cavalier now on his bike. Down the line, he'll play it for Barlow. Barlow trying to get there, but brilliant from Dejaja again. He's been a real tower of strength at the back for the Moatsiders this afternoon. Got a card in no time, first 4 or 5 minutes, but has been consistently strong in the challenge since then and trying to get things going. Well, time to turn there. Oh, nice ball forward again. It's Greenwood twisting, turning. Finds Campbell. Doesn't find a blue shirt. Robe just takes his eye off it. Does it go out? It does. Well, Robe has been so skillful. He just was already looking for the next move there. He had it in his mind. He just forgot the ball. It happens. Lovely play by Cavalier. Lumsden, strong. Giles, big up and under. Barlow now. Barlow for the first chance has got in. Can he get the ball back and across? Across comes Pointing. Barlow still going. Barlow still going. Pointing somehow gets a leg there. Barlow gets back round him. Brilliant from Fraser Barlow. Brilliant from Pointing. Bulls have it still. Twist and a turn. Cavalier runs into a bit of trouble. Trotter now. Too early to go in that corner. tries to win the corner. Does he? He does. Well, he does really well. And it looks like Greenwood may be getting across there and back to help out. Yep, it is a Bulls corner. We haven't seen many of those in this second half. Only the second of the second half. And their fourth of the game. And again, a chance to press on, maybe put some pressure on. Toll-free again, in it comes. Far post, back and across it comes. And Watson Barlow trying to get in there. There's a clash of heads in the middle there. Greenwood is involved. The referee blows the whistle straight away. Now Greenwood is up. Looks like there may be a change coming. And there is, and it's going to be Miguel Carvalho who gives way, and James Carr to get maybe 10 minutes with added time. And Miguel Carvalho just maybe stepping up a little bit. He's still a youngster, but he puts in a shift every single game, and he will get a chance to rest his legs. As James Carr, naturally left-sided player, you expect will just go onto that left-hand side. So like for like. Bulls, of course, still missing so many players. No James Sunley, no Lorne Bickley, no Ray dos Santos, just to name a few, and a few are still out injured. Longer term, Sammy Sutcliffe, of course, and Harry Curtis. And then no Ewan van der Vliet availability at the moment. As here comes Kinder, but not before Giles gets there first. Goal kick. So a few players missing for the Bulls. What would be probably 7 or 8 missing from the squad, but there's such good depth and a good opportunity for some of the youngsters. We saw Casey Nixon, we've seen plenty of the likes of Will Yates and of course Stan Dunn. So a lot of opportunity as well being created as the Bulls continue to dig deep and continue to compete at this level, step 4. And so far, if the score stays as it is, the Bulls will be into dizzy heights of 6th in the table with 17 to play. Still time though. In it goes. Barlow can't keep it in. Goal kick. Yeah, some big games coming up, of course. Every game's a big game at step 4. The Bulls have got games against Faversham, Whiteleaf, Sittingbourne, and of course Croydon to come. As the Moatsiders drive on again. Still looking for a goal. Still pressing, but also leaving a bit of space at the back as Poynton gets across. And still they push forward. But they're just finding it hard to break down this Bulls side. As the judge steps forward, gets caught though by Carr. Play on, quickly taken. Kinder now, down the line. Can they find something here in this phase of play? Greenwood now plays it through, but Watson cuts it out. Now Barlow, quick touch to Lumsden. Lays it off to Carr. Carr now down the line, looking for the runner Lumsden, who's powered on. Lumsden now, across comes Poynting. What can Lumsden do? He delivers it towards the far post. There's nobody there, but it does fall to Trotter. Trotter now with a shot back and across. Well, Adam Trotter took his time there. Found himself unmarked. In the end, his shot goes off target. try again here, the Moatsiders. As the Bulls press and keep them penned in. Pointing again. Well, good play again by Yates as he's under pressure there from Johnson. Looks like Hamilton Downs has gone down. No training required. Just a few more seconds to add on. Referee just having a word with Will Yates. Last couple of minutes now here of normal time. Again inside from De Jaja, out quickly to Kinder. Kinder now plays it back and across, met by the head of Trotter. Lumsden nicks it away. Lumsden now drives forward. He's got Barlow outside him. He plays it to Barlow. Barlow has a little bit of space. He wants it back, Lumsden. Lumsden runs towards the corner. Tolfi thinks about coming, stays where he is. Lumsden holding it up, holding it up. Carr is there. Lumsden takes it into the corner and then Kinder thumps it into the advertising boards. Looking for the touch of Carr. Not sure it came, but Lumsden has not stopped running this afternoon. No, Jack Lumsden will be definitely in the mix for player of the match for the Bulls today. Well, it's going to be a corner. Kinder involved again. And this will just be valuable seconds that will tick off the clock. The seconds that the Moatsiders will wish they could have, that the Bulls will be glad to see go. Joe Giles again. Yates comes short. Maybe you want to play it short. They do keep it in that corner. Barlow back to Giles, and it is a case of staying in that corner as Hamilton Downs gets there, and then foul by Watson. Gets a bit of a shove from Hamilton Downs. Referee says, take it again. Well, the announcement in the stadium is coming for the player of the match. We'd expect that to be Jack Lumsden. And it is confirmed by the sponsors. And a fair and a right call. As Will Yates fancies it last few minutes down that right-hand side to Jaja again, though. So good. Just using his physicality and his strength there to hold off Yates as we try and quickly play it around here now to get forward again. We're into 90, we're into added time. How much more do the Bulls need to soak up? Well, that will help. As again, the pass is wayward and it goes into touch. Well, there is your player of the match in picture, Jack Lumsden. Won it in midweek and has won it again today, but this time a reverse of the 2-0 defeat for the Bulls. Looks like it's going to end with a 2-0 victory against the Moatsiders of Merstham. Still expect a couple of minutes at least to be added on. The Bulls will be no rush here to take this. Oh, looks like a yellow card. Just checking who that's gone to. Looks like it is Greenwood. So whether he said something or delayed it, but Greenwood goes into the book. As Joe Giles gets on with a free kick. Yates just trying to spin away from Greenwood. Does really well. We want to hold it up here. Watson gets there. Back it goes to Kere. Bulls just trying to waste more time here, but Lumsden maybe fancies a second. Kere getting forward. Lumsden there. Moatsiders struggling to get away from their own corner here as Yates runs it into the corner. Hamilton Downs is with him. Kere is there. The ball does go out finally. It will be a Merstham throw. That's 2 minutes of added time just about ticked by now. Here's a one final push, one final surge for the visitors. The Jadger again. Barlow comes across. Intercepted by Trotter. He's had a really good game, Adam Trotter. As the ball is quickly taken down the line. Giles gets a touch, but then it's been picked up by King. King whips it across for, well, nobody arriving, fortunately for the Bulls. And it will be a goal kick, but really good play there. Combination there of Johnson and King, the substitutes. Just can't quite find anybody arriving on time. Now Piers Roche takes a drink from his water bottle. He's been good in the air today. He had one good save in the first half. It was Abdelaziz who, in fact, took the shot that he blocked when it could have been an equaliser. And that Roche not been too tested for large parts of this game. Same to be said for his opposite number. In goal for the Moatsiders, Tolfree, who's equally not had huge amounts to do. As Carr tries to reverse it to Barlow. And then diving in his Carr, but the Jadger is still going. Then Watson finally does stop him. Free kick has been given. Still time to play in this game. And it will be left for Tolfree. Look to launch this forward. Taking his time. Hasn't really got a lot of time, but he does play it short. Barlow will come across. And then Barlow sliding in. We'll get a booking for that. Takes out Greenwood. Fraser Barlow doesn't leave anything to the imagination in terms of effort, battles for everything. Make sure every sinew, every effort is on the pitch. And Greenwood is certainly feeling that right now. Another chance for Tolfree. Can they find maybe a consolation? Surely there isn't time to go on to get a draw here as we tick towards 5 minutes of added time. The whistle hasn't gone, so we play on. And maybe a booking from one of the management team. Rob Tolfree waits. The Bulls line up edge of the box onto this near side, this right-hand side. Barlow being told to get back. Ball's played short onto that left-hand side. Whipped in by Rowe. Up and under it is. Back and across it goes. Somehow the Bulls will clear it. Claims of a handball. Corner is given. I'll be interested to see that back, who it did catch. Very animated. The visitors, the Moatsiders. Corner has been given. The referee didn't see it as a penalty. In it comes, near post, flicked on. Shot comes in. Is that a touch by Roche? It is. That is a fine save. It looks like he gets fingertips to that. Whether it would have hit the crossbar, whether it would have just gone in off the crossbar. Piers Roche with an absolute fantastic save, touching it over the bar to deny the Moatsiders. Corner it is again. Again, far post, header comes in. This time goes comfortably over the bar. And there's a bit of pushing and shoving with King and Roche. Not sure what that's all about. The referee will step in. Unnecessary. Probably just a little bit of frustration. And it's starting to spill over a little bit here. Referee just bringing things under control. Here's Roche has got rid of the cap. And that's the final action. It's all over here at Springfield Stadium. A different Bulls from the side that got defeated at home on Tuesday against Ashford. Today, they had a different game plan. They came to potentially be mainly defensive. They stuck to that plan. They scored a goal from a set piece. Francis Lekimimati on 8 minutes, bending one past Tolfree to give the Bulls the lead. And then just on the stroke of half-time, an inch-perfect corner delivered onto the head of Jax Lumsden to give the Bulls their second. The only 2 goals of the game came in the first half. To be fair to the visitors, Merstham, they pushed, they pressed, they had lots of possession, but in the end they just couldn't find a way through. A really well-organised Bulls side. A side that has had so many games in the last month, 4 weeks, but nevertheless have found a way again today to find 3 points. It finishes here at Springfield Stadium. Jersey Bulls 2, Merstham 0. We go again next week with Crowborough Athletic away, a 1 o'clock kickoff. A good win for the Bulls. The visitors played their part. Well done to Merstham. We hope you enjoyed watching it. We'll see you next time.